Welcome to the third episode of Shamann Walton's 100% Real podcast, where everything we talk about is 100% real. And remember, we're bringing you the latest in sports, music, politics, and community. Don't forget to go out and get my book, From Juvenile Hall to City Hall, Your Resume Can Change. But now I am fortunate enough to be sitting here right now with the man, the legend, the straight San Francisco native, Bayview Hunters Point native, the one who bought you so much game and continues to be relevant to this day. My folks, my family, Herm Lewis. Herm, what you got to say to the people this morning?
What's happening, man? It's a privilege to be on the podcast today, third episode. I feel blessed to be here.
That's right. So, tell us a little bit about your background, what you've been about, what you do, why you such a legend to all of us. Obviously, I'm going to dive into some stuff, but
Right.
give us your opening statement like.
My background, I was born and raised in Hunters Point, raised by a single mother. Had, 5 brothers. 2 of my brothers was murdered in the streets of San Francisco. One got killed in 93. One of my brothers got killed in 2001. And and coming up, we was always active in sports.
Yep.
That's how I initially acquired my reputation, through sports. And then once
And real quick, what sports were
were
you playing?
when we were back then, whatever sports was in season,
Yeah.
if it was baseball season, we all played baseball.
That's right.
And when it transitioned to football season, we all played football. And basketball season, we done that year round.
That's for sure.
So basketball was my number one sport, and then football, and then baseball. But that's how early up, or coming up early, that's how we got our initial reputations.
Yeah.
By being good on the hoop court, on the basketball court, the football field. And then after that, you play in high school, you're a star, status increase, and then you either go to college or you get enticed by the streets. And unfortunately for me, I ain't gonna say unfortunately, but I got enticed by the streets after my high school career. And then I started hustling and became Herm.
So we're gonna dive into that, but I do just want to say, for the youngsters out there and the people who outside today, when we grew up, we played all sports, especially baseball, basketball, and football. And to Herm's point, we did all of them during that season. And now youngsters is playing one sport, and that's it. And that's what they commit to and dedicate to. And I think it's cool, but at the end of the day, I also think it's fun to just enjoy life at a young age and not have to be stuck on trying to be stuck to one sport and not really being able to be a young person.
Yeah, just being stuck on negativity.
Yeah.
Now youngsters, they don't want to come outside and participate in positive activities. And that's affecting a lot of their maturity, a lot of their physical growth, because everybody is copying what the next individual doing. Nobody want to participate in quality positive activities outside without the devices.
That's right.
You at some point you gotta have the discipline to put the devices to the side, even for a couple of hours,
Right.
to go get some physical activity in,
Right.
or just some socialization.
You heard it from Herm Lou. Make sure you get out that screen time and get outside and play. But what I really want to talk about right now is music. How did you get involved in music? What got you started? And what put you on? Because you're a legend in this music industry.
The music thing it happened so organically, and I had just got out the penitentiary. And when I was in the penitentiary, I was associated with some convicts, some real comrades that their whole method and philosophy was education. So I started educating myself on different books, Black Panthers, Huey P. Newton, Angela Davis, Malcolm X, all the leaders of the time back then from the 60s. I just started reading books because that was a requirement when you was in the penitentiary. That was a requirement. So I started reading books. So when I got out, I was game tight. I was knowledgeable. And when I got out, I didn't deviate from what I was committed to doing when I was in the pen.
Mm-hmm.
What enabled me to survive being in the penitentiary and going to solitary confinement SHU program,
Right.
what enabled me to survive that was the Bible, educational reading material, Black history reading material. So when I got out, I committed myself to God.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to deviate and put these books in the corner once I get to the free world. That's what a lot of individuals do.
Right.
Everybody that go to jail read books, read the Bible, make a commitment to God, and then get out and abandon the studies that enabled them to endure the circumstances of being in jail.
So we're talking about process and consistency.
Yeah.
Because that piece is important.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So when I get out, I'm reading books, and Black Chris and Mr. C, RBL Posse, rest in peace, Mr. C. They, I used to be on the stairs, everybody out there hustling, doing their thing, but I would read a book here, read a book there, and sometimes periodically, if I'm reading something real interested that I think would captivate their attention, I say, Chris, come here.
Right.
Toto, come here. Sit them down, man, listen to this. And they had enough respect for me to where they would listen.
Definitely.
And one day Chris just came, and they had their little Studio B on Harbor.
Yeah.
Say, Herm, we want you to come to the studio and say something on our tape. I ain't never been to a studio in my life, dude. I ain't never been to a studio in my life.
Right.
And they say, yeah, well, come down to TC. I'm like, so they didn't give me the address. I ride down to TC the next day. I ride, because I had manuscripts from when I was in the pen. I got stuff that I used to just write down, stuff that interests me.
Herm knowledge.
Yeah, so when I went to the studio, I consolidated some stuff, put some stuff together, and I said what I said on the album. And, TC made it real convenient. He knew it was my first time, so he, just like Andy doing that, he navigated me through it.
That's right.
And it came out good, and the album come out. I ain't had no expectations, right? When the album come out, it came out in 92.
Yeah. The
No Bama Weed, Lesson to Be Learned out. I'm on the intro.
That's right. And we talked about that with Black when he was on here for sure.
And so the album blowing up. Now the day, this is the trip. The day that album came out was I believe it was May the 1st. I had to turn myself in. I turned myself in to do 6 months in the county jail for a violation.
Right.
So when I'm in jail, the album is out, and people is like, people that's coming from the street, people getting arrested. Yeah. Man, the RBL blowing up. Man, everybody love what you said on the tape. I'm like, for real? Then I started seeing T-shirts, RBL this, RBL that. And so this is what really got me. My wife come up to see me, Rhonda, my wife, rest in peace, Rhonda. Yeah. She come up to see me, and she got an RBL shirt on. I called my sister, and she got my voice on her voicemail. I'm like, oh, man. So the first 6 months, I was locked up.
Right.
When I get out, it was just all love. Chris, Mrs. C, they was my young homies. But they just had embraced me. And, my loyalty to them, to individuals that have supported me and gave me opportunities, have never wavered.
For sure.
On either side.
That's right.
So that's why right now today, me and Black Chris, our relationship is Trump type.
That's right.
Every artist that I ever done business with, I can still do business with today.
No, and that's a fact, because they all talk about you and how much respect that they have for you, because you always stay the same.
Yeah.
But what I don't think some people know, especially today, a lot of young folks, is you are the one who started the compilation. Like, people need to know and understand you started the compilation right here from San Francisco, right here from Hunters Point. And a lot of people, a lot of spinoffs on the compilation. Master P came out with one afterwards. I think D-Shot came up with one afterwards. Matt Dre and them did the compilation. But that all started from Herm Lewis.
Yeah.
And I need you to tell us, like, what the thought process around coming up with a compilation saying, I'm going to get a whole bunch of artists, put them on one tape, because we was bumping tapes at the time, CDs at the time, kind of like a soundtrack. Yeah. What made you come up with that idea that just blew up?
You know what?
Before Puffy and all them had compilations.
That idea was the same with the other. It was just real organic. And initially, because my thing was a motivational speaker.
Right.
You know, I was striving for that.
And my apologies, I didn't say the name, but that compilation was Trying to Survive
In the Ghetto.
In the Ghetto. So you can still go get it. My apologies.
Yeah, no problem.
1993.
Yep. So when I initially, we all on Harbor. You know, Harbor was the spot.
Right.
You know, if you bored on your set, whether it's Lakeview or whether it's Patrol, you ride through Harbor.
Right.
So we all on Harbor. And I'm telling Chris, I say, Chris, I want to do just a spoken word to follow up on the lesson to be learned. I was just going to do a spoken word and put it out for the community with the intentions on unifying and stopping the violence.
And Chris is Black C from RBO Plus.
Black Chris from RBO Plus. So it's to unify the community. And I'm telling Black Chris this, and he say, oh, that'd be cool. Man, Herm, well, let us put a song on the backside. How can you tell them no?
Right.
And they the hottest thing out right now. So I'm saying, yeah, without a doubt. So that's how, so I got RBL. So now my confidence is sky high. I didn't even know what a compilation was.
Right.
I didn't.
Nobody did.
I didn't know what a compilation was.
Right.
And then as we talking, Rapping Forte pulls up. Rapping Forte pulls up. Herm, I want to be on it. How you gonna tell Rapping Forte no? So he gets on it. And then as we
shout out to Forte.
Yeah, love Rapping Forte. So as we just sitting up there chilling, a couple of minutes later, Fly Nate the Bankster pulls up. Now Fly Nate the Bankster, he pulls up. He just got out the penitentiary. Just got out of San Quentin.
Right.
He pulls up and said, Herm, I be rapping. We just all up there chilling, right?
Right.
Herm, I be rapping, man. I'm telling you, man. Fly Nate the Bankster started rapping. I'm talking about this fool rap for like 8 minutes straight.
Okay.
About 50 bars. Just killing it.
Right.
I'm like, man, you got to be on the tape, Nate.
Right.
So that's how he got on it. And then Forte said, man, you got to get JT on there. And at the time, JT had in a major way, he had that song out. And he was doing something over at the skating ring in South City.
Okay.
I didn't know JT.
Right.
But, you know, I was Herm.
That's right.
So I say, man, I'm just going to pull up at the skating ring. Pulls up to the skating ring, see JT, holler at him. He showed me nothing but respect. Right. Oh, big homie is good, woo, woo, woo. And that's how JT got on it.
So it was all organic. One connection from one artist to the next, being outside. Because networking is real. See, it's still about networking. I want folks to get that part.
Right.
This is all networking.
All networking.
Being at the right place at the right time, but also having a vision.
Yeah.
And connecting with people along the way.
Right. And when you sincere and got a solid reputation for being, respected and respectful, individuals is going to be comfortable with you. See, a lot of people, your persona, your reputation of what you did before, that can prevent you from getting in the door.
Definitely.
Okay, because an individual like you or Andy, you don't want to be dealing with individuals that's going to create conflict and irritation in your life.
For sure.
So that's the important part. So when JT came, we all chilling, and we go to the studio.
And you talking about JT the Bigger Figure?
JT the Bigger Figure. We go to the studio. It was me. We go to TC in the Enhancer studio. We up there. So we sitting around just like this.
Yep.
RBL and Black Chris, they writing, TC playing all these different beats. A couple of other artists was in there. Selsky was in there. Everybody just writing, right? Listening to beats. This is how the compilation really got exciting. JT the Bigger Figure come through. Everybody writing, listening to beats. JT the Bigger Figure come through with Young San Quinn, Young Baby Boy San Quinn, and Demo the Youngster.
Okay. He
comes through with no hesitation. No hesitation. Like, man, we want that beat right there. We want that beat right there. Went in the studio and ripped it.
Right.
I'm talking about they ripped it.
Just like that.
And when they ripped it, and the song was so fire,
right,
individuals in the studio that was writing, they was like, oh shit, we got.
So everybody got juice.
Everybody
got
put their pens and their tablets up and went home,
Right.
and came back
Right.
the next day with ready. Man, we got to compete.
Right.
Okay, because JT from Filmo,
Right.
And it was all a healthy, competitive situation.
And that's another thing too, because with the compilation through music, you had a lot of different people from different turfs on the same album.
Yeah, Cold World Hustlers.
Yes.
Cold World Hustlers.
Yeah.
You know, so when JT and them came and they done that song, now RBL like, okay, the competitive spirit. Rappers is just like athletes.
That's right.
They all competitors.
That's right.
Okay, it can be and I love that. You know, as long as it's healthy. You know, so I'm not going to, you know, I'm in the studio on several occasions, and I was doing something with Keith the Sneak. This was on another compilation, but I was doing something with Keith the Sneak, Bart, the 3-time Crazy.
For sure.
And Bart go in there, and initially, and he spoke to me about this, I seen him over at Chef Smelly's, and we spoke about this, and he thanked me. He got on the album, and he was going out to diss. He was trying to diss on my album.
Right.
With Keith the Sneak on the verse with him.
Right.
And I say, no, dude, no, you gotta change that.
That's right.
You can't let that go out. I'm not letting that go out. Okay, because I'm gonna have to answer questions. And I don't want these people mad at me or looking at me some type of way.
And you've always been like that. You've always been about bringing black folks together. Making sure that black people put away the guns and the violence and focus on the craft.
Yeah, you know, you know, my thing is, man, be knowledgeable about the streets, be knowledgeable about what's going on, and be as cool and gangster as you want to be. But man, keep your gangster in your wallet until it's absolutely necessary.
Right.
Now, so Keith the Sneak, when I put a stop to that, Keith the Sneak would say, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Now, I seen Bart probably like a year ago. He said, big homie, I'm glad you pulled that, made me change them lyrics.
And I'm glad, you know, because we got a lot of people who giving wrong messages.
Yeah.
A lot of people with your type of influence, with your type of power, with your type of respect that's giving bad information. So thank you for being that positive figure and also demonstrating that you can be positive, make money, be in the game, put out albums, and going back to the comp real quick, because everybody was bumping that. I was still in college when it came out. And I came back for a visit, and that's all everybody was listening to.
You know, back then, our album, like my compilation, it had the longevity of 3 straight years, 3 summers. Up and down the street, people bumping.
Yep.
And so after JT done hit that song, everybody got inspired and came with their best stuff.
Yep.
Then Cool Nut come in the next day. Rest in peace, Cool Nut.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Love him. He come in the next day, and he got his young nephew with him, young K.I. Okay? He got his nephew with him, and Cool Nut come in and say, Herm, I want my nephew to go in there. I don't have no influence on how people is doing their music stuff.
Right.
I'm just observing, financially able to produce it, make it happen. So yeah, whatever you want to do, Cool Nut, you Cool Nut.
Right.
You know, so Cool Nut put his nephew in there, and his nephew say, man, what kind of cologne you got on? Smell like jealousy. And he done that one take Jake, and he came out. And then Cool Nut went in there with that raspy voice and killed it. I smell jealousy, right?
That's right.
And then Cool Nut grabbed me and said, Herm, go in there and say this. So he had me in there on a couple of little breaks, right? But that song right there that was on the compilation, Trying to Survive in the Ghetto, I Smell Jealousy, it really took me from here as Herm to here.
Gotcha.
Because when Cool Nut said, right on my nigga Herm Lou, man, that elevated my status. So sometimes an individual like a Larry June, or maybe
shout out to June.
Yeah, shout out to Larry June, or maybe a Lil Wayne or somebody of that caliber give you a shout out. That increases your your status and credibility.
For sure.
You know.
And so you made a little bit of money off this compilation. I want to hear, what did you do with when you first got some money from music? What was the first thing you went on and did?
The first thing I did, because when the album first came out, I didn't have no expectation. I just thought we was gonna just sell music, some albums from 3rd Street to Fillmore.
Right.
And it just kept selling.
Mm-hmm.
So when I started getting money, the first thing I did, I bought me a BMW.
Okay.
It was $750, and I put the R. Kelly's on it.
Okay.
Remember the R. Kelly's?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Star Wars. I put the R. Kelly's on it.
Yeah.
It was clean. And I paid cash for it, right? And then, but the money kept coming.
Right.
So the albums kept selling.
I was hoping you was going to tell the world what you told me when I came through to the spot.
Oh, I bought the house?
Yes.
Oh yeah, well that's what I'm getting to that. Okay. I bought the BMW. Now, and I know what E40 say, don't buy an $85,000 car before you buy a house.
Right.
I was like I said, I wasn't expecting the money to keep coming.
Right.
But I was finna go flip this BMW.
Right.
Okay. So I've got the BMW.
For sure.
I got the BMW, and then my money kept coming. And at the time I think I had like 80,000 cash. And I go to visit my partner, Big Keys.
Yeah.
And his wife.
Right.
And me and him walking, he said, Herm, how much money you got? I said, man, I got like 80. He said, why you won't buy a house? I said, I am. Soon when I get 100,000. He said, motherfucker, can we cuss?
Yeah, you can say whatever you 100% real podcast.
Hey, he said, motherfucker, what if you don't get 100?
Right.
I say, damn. He said, man, you better go over there and drop some money. And it was a new development.
Mm-hmm.
He said, you better go drop some money over there now. So I go over there and take them, I think, $2,000 to start the paperwork.
Right.
I'm like, man, this shit ain't gonna go through, whatever. Give them the money. Next thing I'm starting to get calls.
Right.
Everything is lining up.
Right.
So I signed the paper and bought the house. I think when I bought the house, I think I gave them like another 40,000.
Yeah.
Got in the house.
I just want young people to know that, you bought a car.
Yeah.
But you also invested in something that was going to get you longevity.
Right.
And I wanted young people to hear that from you.
Yeah.
Because this was back in the 90s.
Yeah.
And you still got it.
Oh, yeah, I
So
still got it.
I wanted these youngsters to hear that part.
You know, buying the house was the most significant thing I did. Okay. Buying the BMW was just immaturity, still captivated by the material possessions.
Right.
So, so that right there was just a trophy. But then when I bought the house, everything started lining up. And with me, I'm an extremist. So if I'm doing something positive, I'm taking it to the extreme. Right. If I'm doing something negative, I'm taking it to the extreme. Right. So I didn't want to be a one-hit wonder. Mm-hmm. Okay, you got to drop another compilation.
For sure.
So
definitely.
So I ended up doing another compilation.
Still trying to survive.
Yeah. Then another one and another one.
Yeah.
Then the second one done well too. I remember on my second one, you was Walter over at City Hall.
Yeah. Shout out to Walt.
Yeah, City Hall. I go there, man, I get a $50,000 check. Mm-hmm. One lump sum. I'm like, bing.
Because they already knew what you could do.
Yeah.
They already knew what you could produce.
The whole music thing, it's beautiful. It's fun. It's exciting, especially when you are generating financial rewards.
For sure.
And
I just want to make sure that you get your flowers because you started the compilation. But not only was it great and amazing for you, but it put the Bay that much more on the map. Obviously, the Bay was already killing the game.
Yeah.
But you most certainly are a contributor to what the Bay is and has always been.
Right.
People need to know that.
Right. People need, and some people acknowledge it, but, and I don't get it. I don't get emotional or get in my feelings about it. It is what it is. But I'm going to always let it be known.
For sure.
That I'm the compilation originator.
That's right.
Okay. And when I put that first compilation out, other individuals was like, this guy don't even rap.
Right.
And he putting out a compilation making all this money.
Exactly.
So Master P, he's a genius, real intelligent, didn't mind duplicating what I did.
That's right.
And what made it even more effective for him is he put his pride on the shelf.
Yeah.
He came and approached me like, Herm.
And just people know that Master P compilation was when he was still in the Bay.
Yeah, without a doubt. And he came to me and said, Herm, I want to put out a compilation.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to do the intro.
Right.
So I'm like, no problem.
Right.
You know, he broke bread, wanted me to do the video. So he utilized my status at the time from being the compilation originator, and he capitalized on it. Yeah. And then, you know, we're in the studio over at the Enhancers with TC. So RBL there, he get RBL, he get Cool Nut, he get half the people from my compilation, Selsky, and then he advanced it by going to get Sibo, by going to get Dub C, by going to get Spice One. That right there. And now the public, the world, is interested in compilations. So when he came with the second one, West Coast Bad Boys, with me featured on it, it just took it to another level.
And you started the blueprint.
And I started the blueprint, and then after that, D-Shot, Boss Ballin'. After that, the Rompilation, as you mentioned, Cell Block compilation.
And that was just locally.
Yeah, I mean,
people start doing them all over the world.
All over the world. You know, everybody was doing the compilations.
Every label and everything started doing it.
So, and then the thing about it is, individuals that wasn't rappers, but just hustlers, with a substantial amount of money.
For sure.
That gave them an opportunity to get in the game, get in the music business. Because individuals that were sitting on thousands was like, man, I'm finna take some of this and start me a record label and do a compilation. A lot of individuals done that.
And that was helpful to helping some of these folks who had money from the streets learn how to get into the business.
Get into the business, A lot of people started record labels, clothing lines, all through the umbrella of the music business.
So you're originator of the compilation. Then you're also an author.
Yeah.
You wrote a book.
Yeah.
A lesson.
Lessons to be learned of a street soldier.
Yeah. So tell me about the book, what it's about. And also, speaking of street soldier, and shout out to Dr. Marshall and Jack Jackway at Alive and Free Omega. You was also the voice for Street Soldiers Radio intro, I think at least for the first 10 or so years.
About first 10 years, for the first decade. Shout out to Joe Marshall, Jack, and everybody at the Street Soldier program. But I was the book came about organically too. Yeah. I was meeting with Ghazi when he was
shout out to Ghazi.
Yeah, when he was Ghazi when he was at he was in San Francisco at this other building.
Okay.
And I'm meeting with him, and his receptionist come out, this young lady, and we talking. She know who I am. She said, Herm, you should write a book. And I'm like, I would, but and that's another thing. I'm knowledgeable about what I'm knowledgeable about, but there's a lot of stuff that I'm not knowledgeable about. Okay. Now in this environment, I'm comfortable, but trying to do what this guy doing behind the screen and what Andy doing, no, I'm not knowledgeable.
You know what you're good at.
Yeah. I know my strengths. Okay. So she said, well, I help you. I said, okay, I do it. And Ebony Sparks. Shout out to Ebony Sparks.
Shout out to Ebony.
So she said, well, so I just started writing something down and giving it to her. After like three times of doing this, she started understanding my writing and and so she started putting it together.
For sure.
And the book just came together. And when it came together, this is another thing. When it came together, it was a few errors here and a few errors there. I said, man, listen.
That's part of the process.
I'm like, man, I'm not finna still do this over. Right. Okay, man, these people got to read between the lines. I'm not finna reprint this because of a small mishap. Right. So I put the book out, and it done real well. Yeah. It done real well. Because everything, this book is an easy read, and a lot of people didn't know that I was under the influence of crack. Mm-hmm. A lot of people didn't know that I was homeless. Right. A lot of people didn't know my situation prior to hooking up with RBL. Right. Before that, I was toe up from the flow up. Right. But before that, I was balling on top of the world. Mm-hmm. I was the main guy in the streets. Right. And then crack hit the scene. Yeah. And when crack hit the scene, I got influenced to put some in my weed by this chick.
Grimmy's.
Mm-hmm. And I took some of that because we used to put powder in our weed. And I used to be able to function, have a Miller draft and all the shit.
Right.
But when I put the Grimmy in there, now I don't want no powder in my weed no more. And one day, I'm in Double Rock. It's about 2 a.m, and I saw the own one, and I got some crack, a little bit of crack,
Right.
but I didn't have no weed. And I see this bitch. She said, Herm, I got some weed at the house. I'm like, all right. She go to this bitch house. She go to the closet.
Ain't no weed.
Ain't no weed. She come out with a pipe. Try this, Herm. My dumb ass tried. Now I don't want no weed no more. I don't want no Grimmies no more. All I want is a pipe.
Right.
So I'm towed up for and I end up going to jail. I go to the county jail after being towed up out there. And when I got on crack, it was like if you fell off. Okay,
For
right
sure,
now.
that's Herm.
Okay, it was
Herm outside.
like, man, Herm out there tripping.
Right. For
He's
sure.
tweaking.
Definitely.
People used to ride through Double Rock just to see, man,
Can't be
like,
Herm.
man, that's Herm for real. I'm towed up, right? And like I said, I'm an extremist. I didn't give a fuck.
Right.
I didn't, man, and people James Beasley, man, my partner.
Shout out to Beasley.
James Beasley, man, he seen me one day, because, before, like I said, before I got on crack, I was balling.
For sure.
He seen me one day he said, Herm, what is you doing? Right there at the Waterloo, he was getting his drop top Rolls Royce washed. I'm tweaking, it's like 85 degrees. And he said, Herm, what is you doing? He was mad.
Of course.
And I'm like, man, James B, give me a couple of dollars. He said, Herm, he'll go $100. Gave me $100. He said, that's all you want? He said, man, I got 100 things right now in my garage. You can come and get whatever you want.
Right.
Get off that shit.
Right.
I said, man, give me $100.
But that's the love you have.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I think it's important that you tell the entire story because one, only you can tell the story.
Uh-huh.
And similar to you, that's why I wrote my book because only you can represent what your life was like and what really happened and what took place.
Right.
And so I just want to really thank you for writing the book and for putting it out there so that people can understand all the struggles you've been through.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like you said, you've been up,
Yeah.
you've been down,
And
you've been back up.
Yeah.
And so, speaking of that, as we talk about the compilation, as we talk about the book, you also had a very long career in your job, and you just celebrated a retirement.
Yeah.
So I want to give you a shout out for that, and I want young people to know that you can go out there, grind, be on top, do certain things, and still go to work.
Yeah. You know what, man? It's like one thing about me is I'm a unique individual.
Yeah, for sure.
And like I said, I'm an extremist. And I don't let my pride get in the way. I don't go walk around and go to the front. Man, I'm Herm.
Right.
Man, if a person don't acknowledge me when I'm not comfortable boasting or pushing my weight around like, man, I'm Herm, man, let me get in VIP.
Right.
Nah, but if you know who I am and you show that love,
You're gonna look out one.
you're gonna always hear me acknowledge you for the love that you gave me when you let me in, like Richie Rich.
Right.
I hit him. We spoke, and I said, Herm, I got you. You and your wife. Next time y'all come to the show. Next time I'm doing a show at Yoshi's, come through. I hit him. Herm, you on the list.
That's what's up.
I won't never forget that.
Right.
What RBL Posse done for me,
Right.
I won't never forget that.
Right.
So what Before Tate done for me, I won't never forget it. So it's like you got to be able to put your pride on the shelf. When I have always wanted a job, and when the music thing started declining and the digital stuff started to take off, I didn't adapt.
Right.
I didn't adapt. So I'm like, okay, I need to get a job to continue to maintain the house and the other stuff I have. And my brother, who had been working, he like you, square, but just not square.
Right.
And in the
I'm okay being called a square.
No, in the boardroom.
Right.
No, in the boardroom. No, you got.
Everybody know what it is.
No, you
Sure.
got a. I like your personality. Okay, and how many individuals you know from juvenile hall to city hall? No, that right. And you got a square persona, but at the same time, we know what you about. I didn't know who you was until I read the book.
Right.
And I know not to put my hands on you because I know you can throw those things. So I read the book. I'm like, damn, you been through all that? Okay, so and same with me. Man, I'm positive. But if you cross the line,
For sure.
I'm from Harvard.
Right.
I'm from the streets.
Right.
And I got a goon squad that'll go sickle.
Yeah. Quick.
So don't provoke me.
That's right.
You the same way. Okay. So we similar. So me putting my pride on the shelf, when the music thing started to decline and I get at my brother, he said, Herm, man, just buy you a job. I'm like, man, what you mean buy a job? Yeah. I didn't know nothing. Like I said, it's a lot of stuff I don't know.
Right.
He said, buy you a franchise. That's when I bought the janitorial franchise.
Which I was going to jump into after.
Man, I bought the janitorial franchise. Been doing that for 34 years.
Because I want people to know.
It did from
music.
Okay, but from there, the janitorial thing was first.
Right.
And then I meet with Francisco. You know Francisco?
Of course.
Yeah. Me and Francisco meet. Love him too. I'm always acknowledge him and respect him. I meet with him, me and him doing some community work, and he say, Herm, I need you to do this, I need you to do that. So I'm like, okay, no problem. So I'm in my convertible on a nice day. I'm riding, and my partner, Rick, rest in peace, say, Herm, give me a ride down the street, man, down by West Point. I'm like, all right, he jumps in the car, take him to West Point, down by Pier 96, Recology. Yeah. When I get down there, my intention was just to drop him off. I get down, there's a line from here all the way up Market Street. But Francisco see me. And I'm turning around to leave. He say, Herm, come here. You know, he aggressive. Yeah. Herm, come here. So I put it in park, jump out. All these people looking at me, man. And I just walk to the front of the line. He said, go in there and sign the damn application.
Right.
And make sure you don't lie about nothing. Right. Tell them you've been to jail and everything. Go in there, sign the application. And 2 days later, Recology is having a big meeting because the meeting was about they had to hire a certain amount of individuals from 94124 area code. Right. Willie Brown was pushing that. So
shout out to Mayor Brown.
Yeah. So when we get there, so I go to the meeting, pack all the executives, mayor, people that you communicate with at City Hall, all these people there, right. Suits and ties. Right. I'm in there, sitting next to Francisco, and Francisco, he hit me and said, go up there and say something. Right? So I go up there and say something, and I'm just, talking about this importance of individuals from the community getting a job, how I can stabilize their lives and help the family and, give individuals something productive. I said all the right stuff.
That's right.
And now as I'm saying this, I'm saying my name is Andy Lewis. Yeah, Andre. I said my name like 5 times, right? After I finished speaking, the CEO of Recology said, Andy Lewis, you got the job.
That's what I'm saying.
Just like that.
That's right.
Go down to 501 Tunnel tomorrow, and they're gonna have your paperwork. You hired.
But that's from knowing how to talk to people.
Yeah.
Everything you've done.
And respecting people like Francisco. Right. Yeah.
Well, I ain't gonna get into that right now.
Yeah.
But so let me just say this. Because, again, wonderful music career, author, own a janitorial service, still to this day, entrepreneur, had a long career with a corporation to where you was able to see retirement.
Beautiful.
Great life, man. What are you doing now? Like, what's up with Herm today?
Today, prior to me retiring, because when I got to say it this way. When I got the job, I ain't never had a job in my life.
Right.
That was my first job ever.
Right.
And I'm like, man, I ain't gonna be able to do this. But like I say, once I started learning about the benefits and stuff like that, a year went by.
Right.
2 years went by.
Right.
So me going to the job was equivalent to me being in the penitentiary for 23 years.
And let me just jump in real quick because I think a lot of people, when they have a goal or something, and then they see, okay, to be a lawyer, you got to go to law school for this amount of time. To get a college degree, you got to go to school for 4 years. But what people don't understand it's just 1 year at a time,
Mhm.
1 month at a time,
Yeah.
one step at a time. Like you said, you woke up one day, you out a year in.
Yeah, I got a year.
You knocked that year out. Now you got 4 or 5 years
Yeah,
in.
yeah. And when 23 years, you know, there's individuals that you know that I know that have done 23 years in the penitentiary.
That's right.
Lil D
Yeah.
from Oakland done 28.
Yeah.
James Beasley done 27.
Yeah.
Millard have done a total of 28.
Yeah.
So me going to the job, I used to put myself in that penitentiary mentality, penitentiary frame of mind to enable me to get through it. And one of my sayings for 23 years is, it's more desirable to do 8 hours here at night
Come on.
than do 8 years in the penitentiary.
Now you preach.
Yeah. It's more desirable to do 8 hours at night
Right.
working than doing 8 years in the penitentiary. Because the activities I was participating in, I could have easily had a decade.
Right. You heard that from her.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You heard that from her.
Yeah, yeah.
It's more desirable to put that 8
hours
hours
in today, opposed to do the 8 hours today or consider the possibility of doing 8 years in the penitentiary.
That's the knowledge.
Locked up 24/7.
That's the knowledge I 100% expected from you.
Yeah, yeah.
So you've been on, I don't know, probably hundreds of intros. You know, you do poems. You got albums out as you as an artist with your poetry, speaking on blackness and what we need to do as a community. Talk about that shirt. You know, you got my little cousin on there.
Yeah, yeah. This is
your influence on him.
Yeah.
You know, you do the intros for his albums.
Yeah. And this is another blessing.
Right.
You know, my nephew Larry June, he you never know the influence or the impact you have on an individual. Whether it's me right now, at my age, or whether it's a kid that's looking up to you at 12 years old. Larry June used to come to my house on Bertha when he was like 10 years old. And I used to have all these posters on the wall. Be Legit, E40, SIBO, Ice Cube, NWA, all these different artists.
Right.
Mac Mall, RBL Posse, it was like my hip hop room.
Sure.
It's like my hip hop room. And he was coming in and looking and amazed me. And we spoke about that probably like a year ago. And he say, man, when I used to come to your house, I used to just be fascinated by how you had all the posters up there. I never knew that it impacted him that way.
Right.
And out of nowhere, he hit me. So, what Sugar Free say? If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Right.
Out of nowhere, Larry June hit me and say, I need you to come to the studio and drop something on my album. I'm like, all right, when? I'm ready though.
Right.
I'm ready.
Right.
I got stuff written. If E40 called me,
right.
If Ice Cube called me,
right.
If Master P called me,
that's right.
I got stuff ready
right.
for individuals of that caliber.
Always be prepared.
Yeah. So when he called me, I was ready. And when I went and dropped it, he's like, "That we keeping that. That's good. That's hey, keep that one." And next thing, I'm on his album. And I've been on the last 6.
Yeah.
And it's a blessing because Herm was already here with my fan base, with my fan base. But being affiliated with Larry June have increased my fan base by 1 million new fans.
Right.
Because now they like Uncle Herm. I'm at the baseball game, at the softball game on Gilman.
Right.
We all down there having a good time.
Shout out to Batters Up, Guns
Down.
Yeah,
Batters Up, Guns Down. So we all at the softball game. I pulls up, and my partner, I got to say this, my partner, he's in our age group. Okay, you younger than me, but you know what I'm saying. He's in our age bracket, and he's like, "Hey, Herm, what's going on?" He introducing me to his daughter, which is like 21, and his son, which is like 25. Hey, this Herm, and they looking like, and?
Right.
That's what the kids is looking like, and? But I've been getting this, right? So I know how to respond, right? To make the kids recognize.
Right.
So I say, yeah. He like, oh, he do music. And they're like, and? And so I say, you guys know Larry June? Oh yeah, oh man, Larry June. They love Larry June.
Right.
I say, I'm Uncle Herm. Now they all over
Right.
me.
That's that Herm.
Now they all over me, right? So I done ran into that situation several times. Just a new fan base. Yeah. And you love it. You know, it's like I said on the tape, Black Chris said this too. He dusted me off. Mm-hmm. He dusted me off, and
that's what Black C said. Sure.
Yeah, he dusted me off and gave me new enthusiasm for the music business. Right. So it's a blessing.
And you know, it's something important that you said too, because a lot of times we might be around young people or even peers. It don't have to be necessarily younger, but people, and we don't know that all of our actions, everything we have around us, that they're watching us. Yeah. And so we don't know who, how, and when we inspire somebody. Yeah. And that's just a prime example of somebody getting inspired, you know, from paying attention to the things you were doing and what you had around. Mm-hmm. So this is my rapid fire question part. So it's either yes or no or just a quick answer. So do you consider yourself a legend?
Yes.
Beer or wine?
Neither.
Retirement or daily grind?
Retirement.
Rap music or R&B?
Both.
Old school or new school?
Both.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Musically?
A little bit.
Musically?
Yeah, old school. New school.
Old school, man. It's in the mix.
Yeah.
For the new school, I got to handpick the new school stuff.
Right.
But the old school, I'm on it.
Okay.
You know.
And last question, and it's not really a quick answer. Why Black Power Productions?
Like I said, I was in the penitentiary, and I was affiliated with convicts, Black militant, conscious brothers. Mm-hmm. So that's where my mentality came. That's where I became militant at. And, you know, it was individuals that was trying to recruit me, because I was a shot caller for the 415 and all of that. Sure. So I had a lot of influence. So the BGFs and these different organizations wanted me to be affiliated with them. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to be affiliated, but I wanted to be associated with the knowledge aspect of it. Right. So eventually, I go to the shoe program. Let me say this. I'm getting out. Imagine this. You done been to jail. I read the book. I couldn't believe how many times your ass been to jail. I'm like, to the hall. Hey, look. So I'm reading the book, and look at you now in City Hall making decisions. So I'm reading the book. I'm this is how I get sent to solitary confinement. I'm finna get out next week. Right. I've done 2 years. 2 years in the pen. Next week I'm getting out. I got my dress house ready. You know, I'm ready to parole. The police find a knife on the yard. Mm. So they do a massive search in the cell block. They come to my cell. I got read material that got revolutionary documentation on it, mm-hmm. and they gave me an extra year. So instead of me getting out next week, they give me an extra year in solitary confinement, shoe program. Now, I had just quit smoking cigarettes. I had just started reading my Bible. So when I get this extra year, they send me to Corcoran. And I go to the cell, and God told me, just as surely as I'm talking to you, mm-hmm. He say, when I get to the cell, there's a pack of cigarettes in there, and there's a Bible. Mm. And God told me, just as surely as I'm talking to you now, if you smoke the cigarettes, you're going to smoke crack when you get out. Mm. If you read the Bible, I'm going to walk you through this process. I threw the cigarettes out, and that year was like this. Just smooth. He walked me through it. Right. And it's been 34 years. Yeah, okay? I ain't smoked a cigarette. I ain't smoked no weed. I ain't had a drink. I don't fuck with no drugs, mm-hmm. no crack, no coke, nothing. I'm 100% natural. Some orange juice, some water, Red Bull, and I'm good. But everybody I associate with smoke weed, have a drink, and I'm good with that. Right. I'm good with that. I know what I can't do. Right. And one of the reasons why
Know yourself.
Yeah.
Always know
You got to know yourself
and your limitations.
Yeah, and your limitation, and you got to be willing to don't make a commitment to God when you is facing adversity, or when you is looking at a 10-year sentence, and God wrap His arms around you and bless you to walk through, and then once you get to the free world, you abandon that faith that you had that enabled you to get through the process.
I mean, I think that says it right there.
Yeah.
Everyone ain't loyal. And when you make a commitment, you got to stay faithful to that commitment.
And if you don't, it's consequences and repercussions, because God don't play.
So, obviously, we could talk all night because this man is a legend. He has done so many things in this world. But I just appreciate y'all for tuning in to the 3rd episode of Shamann Walton's 100% Real podcast, where everything we talk about is
100% real.
You already know.
100% real.
I want to just give a major shout out to the legendary Herm Lewis. Herm, anything you want to tell the people before we get out of here?
Hey, man, stay positive, stay productive, stop the violence, increase the peace. And you can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on Facebook at Herm Lewis. And make sure you go out and pick up this new album.
That's right.
Until Night Comes.
That's right.
Any of the Larry June projects. Make sure you support RBL Posse and all the other local artists. But specifically support me, your friend, your homie, your uncle, Herm Lewis. One love, peace, and always power to the people.